This is my current fantasy football team. It's not the best. I have a fantasy football team league called Ain't Nobody Gonna Beat T. And this year, we've won 2 game weeks. Everybody is beating T. So we had to change things up. So today, we're using our wild card because we're playing so bad. 2 games on, 2 game weeks on. Before we get the game week 3, I'm using my wild card. Now have a look at this. This team I'm going to show you is going to be the best team to get points this week. We do have 1 million left in the bank, but we're going to have to play wild card before I forget. Oh, we need to take as many people out as possible. Play wild card. Yes. Okay, so we're going to take everyone out of the team, and we're going to come back and put a brand new squad on. When I say we're taking everyone out of the team, everyone but Erling Haaland. He stays, let's be honest. Now, we're going to start defensively and work our way up a pitch. Defensively, I did have a Estupiñán in, so we're going to restore Purvis Estupiñán for Brighton, one of the 3 Brighton players, and that's going to be in the squad. I think best start of the season he's had in a long time. I love how Brighton sold Marc Cucurella, and then Marc Cucurella's backup Estupiñán has become one of the best left backs in the league. You know, I gotta have some Liverpool players in. I did have Trenton, he's 8 million. He's a little bit injured at the minute. He took a knock, but if we have a look at Liverpool's next fixtures, apart from a Newcastle game, we have Villa, Wolves, West Ham, Spurs, Brighton, Everton, Forest, Luton, Brentford. So at least 10 of these next or 8 of these next 10 games, you would like Liverpool to win and Trent to pick up some points. So Trent's investment for the next couple of weeks sorted. Now this next one might shock you, but I've watched 2 Chelsea games this year. Chelsea played well. Yes, they have 0 points on the board. Ben Chilwell, a man who this year in fantasy football has only got he got 7 points against Liverpool, 1 point against West Ham. However, their next fixtures: Luton, Forest, Bournemouth, Villa, Fulham, Burnley. This is a chance for Chelsea to really step it up right now, pick up a few points home and away in these fixtures before they come up against Arsenal in game week 9. However, I think Chilwell, out of the defenders that Chelsea have, I think Chilwell is the best one to go for, especially now with the injury to Reece James. You could also bring in Gusto, I think his name is. He was one I was playing with as well, but I think Chilwell's probably nailed on to start. Had a good game against Liverpool, not as good against West Ham, but Chilwell is my preferred defender in the team. I was playing with the idea of bringing Garvadal in, but in this team that I'm going to pick up now, we should have 3 Man City players in the team. So as much as I wanted to bring Garvadal in, if we take Trippier out and put Garvadal in, he's got a Garvadal or a Kanji, Walker, Aki, Diaz. It's roulette really, but I think Garvadal for 5 million if you put him in, because the keeper wise I wanted Ederson, and then obviously you already have Haaland, and then I wanted Alvarez in my team. So that would have been 4 Man City. That was one too many, unless we scrapped the idea of Ederson, but I don't want that because Ederson's going to be our goalkeeper, and it just means I want to bring Alvarez and up top of Haaland. So we're going to double up on the Man City strikers, but defensively, I think Kieran Trippier is the way to go for my defender. Kieran Trippier, there we go. Trippier, yes, 2 points against Villa, and they scored 5 goals. 2 points against City, but they get Liverpool next week and then Brighton. But after that, they got Brentford, Sheffield United, Burnley, West Ham, Palace, Wolves, Arsenal, Bournemouth. There's a lot of winnable games in there for Kieran Trippier and Newcastle. Moving on to the midfield, and this is the year of cheap midfielders. And the why I say that is because bank on those Brighton players, bank on those Brentford players. That's exactly what we're going to do. We did have in Cisco one, he's picked up a little bit of knock, so he probably won't start this week, which means Cairo Matomo and Embuemo is going to take the 2 first midfield spots that we have in our team. Now, Liverpool players, I usually have at least 2. We had Salah and Trent. I don't think I'm going to keep Salah in this year. I think the one we're going to go for this year is a man who's got 2 goals in 2 games. And considering we have Newcastle in our next game, then we have Villa, Wolves, West Ham, Spurs, Brighton, Everton, Forest. A lot of winnable games. We could go on a run of 7, 8 games in a row before we meet Man City, after we get past Newcastle this weekend. I think Luis Diaz is the big money midfielder, and even though he's only 7 million, for him to be their big money midfielder is massive right now. We're going to take, because Reece James is out hurt, if you have a look at Chelsea's defensive, if you have a look at Chelsea's defensive worries, Fofana, Chalobah, Bennett, Batshuayi, Reece James, all out injured. They don't really have a lot of defenders that can play. Diaz, Chilwell, Colwell, Silva, Gusto, and Cucurella is only 6 foot defenders they have at the minute. Gusto for 4 million, I think, is a very intriguing one to have if your first defender. Played 14 minutes against Liverpool and 82 minutes against West Ham. They do got Luton, Forest, Bournemouth, Villa, Fulham, and Burnley in their next game. So we're going to double up on Chelsea defenders. We're going to take Malo Gusto along with Ben Chilwell at the back. That cements our defense. We have Ederson as our starting keeper, Chilwell, Estupiñán, Gusto, Arnold, and Trippier in the back. But our backup goalkeeper, who we're going to have, the Ederson, we're going to save as much money as possible. So we want to take the cheapest goalkeeper, cheapest 4 million goalkeeper, and the one that starts every game. You could go Matt Turner or Aoroa, and I think Aoroa is the best shot to go for. 13 points in 2 games already as a West Ham #1, which takes us now to our midfield, which we have Matomo and Buemo and Luis Diaz. And at the moment, Luis Diaz preferred over Salah this year for me. Salah's price, if you have Salah and Haaland, then it's going to be hard to manage the rest of the team. Trent picking up a little bit of an injury, should be fit. If not, we'll start with 3 at the back this weekend. No. This is where it gets tough. We have 25 million for 4 players, and I know one that I want in right away. I know 2 that I want in. That's Julian Alvarez as one to my striker, and I want Visa as my Brentford striker, because then he has Palace and Bournemouth in 2 games. Might not do anything against Newcastle, but then right away he has Everton and Forest. Might not do nothing against United. Then he's got Burnley, Chelsea, West Ham. Might not do nothing against Liverpool, Arsenal, but then he's got Luton and Brighton and Sheffield in back-to-back games. A lot of games for Visa to do anything. Isaac is another one you could put on if you have the money, which means I have 13 million for 2 midfielders to finish off the team. 8.5 million for a guy I had on my team. 2 points against Forest, 11 against Palace. He took the penalty against Palace, so I'm wondering, is he Arsenal's new penalty taker? If he is, is one I could really get into the team. Martinelli is another one I've been playing with the idea of keeping in Cisco on the team and tripling up on the Brighton players that I have. Could even bring in the likes of Saka. He's not a penalty taker. Has he got a penalty taken to Odegaard? Solly March, if you want to double up on your Brighton midfielder. Solly March has got 9 points against Luton, 15 against Wolves. But Brighton's next game, we got West Ham, Newcastle United. 3 tough games for Brighton and back-to-back. Then they got Bournemouth, which you should win. Villa, which will be tight. Then Liverpool and City and back-to-back games again. Brighton got a tough run of schedule right now. I don't know what way to go here, but Odegaard at 8.5 million. Saka at 8.6, Martinelli on 8. We only have 13 million to spare. So if we go 8 million for Martinelli, that means we will have a 5 million midfielder to choose from. And I don't think that's going to work, because I don't really want to take Sarr from Tottenham. He got 11 points in 2 games, but 10 of which came against United. He did look good in that game in highlights that I've watched of him, but I feel like we need to make a few changes here, and then we got to see what we can come up with, because this isn't going to work. I was thinking we could bring in Cisco, but the prices have changed in a lot of players. And from my last time I looked at this, and we're 0.4 over the budget, even after bringing in Gusto as a cheap 4 million option. So we need to rethink and maybe take Martinelli out of the team, which still gives us 7.6 to work with. And we could take Cisco out of the team and double up on the Solly March and Matomo partnership for Brighton, which leaves us 6.4 for a player in midfield. And there's 2 players I was messing about with here. I was thinking I could go the Newcastle route. And if we have a look, we have how much? 6.4, for example. We could have a Harvey Barnes. Any one of the Newcastle midfielders we could have. And Harvey Barnes, he has 11 points on the board, 11 of which came against Villa. He did not play a minute against Man City. Newcastle and Liverpool in this next game, so you like to think that's going to be a tough fixture for them. You like to think Chelsea's going to walk over Luton this weekend, hence the Chilwell and Gusto partnership at the back. However, the easiest other game that you could probably pick out, I don't know if there is a easy game. Man City against Sheffield United. We're doubling up on Haaland and Alvarez for the next couple of weeks. And I think if you try and take a Man City midfielder for 6.4, there's not going to be many available at that price. Grealish, you can't get. De Bruyne's injured. Foden's too expensive. Rodri's got 16 points. Free against Newcastle. 13 against Burnley. Do you take a Rodri in the hopes that Sheffield didn't? You got 5 easy games in a row, hoping that Rodri does something, and that might just be the route I'm going. We put Rodri in a team, at least a 0.8, but with too many players from Man City, so we can't do that. I forgot. Back to square one. Oh, this is a lot. This is a lot harder than I thought it was going to be. 6.4. More price pay 1 game for West Ham and got 9 points. West Ham, he's only taking free kicks and penalties, I believe, at West Ham. If you have a look at James Ward-Prowse's previous seasons, 117. Last 4 years, 117, 156, 159, 142. This was in a Southampton team where he scored 8 goals and 7 assists, 10 goals, 5 assists, 9 goals and 4. Already for West Ham in 1 game, he's got 2 assists. He might not do anything against Brighton. He will probably do something against Luton. Then against City and Liverpool in 2 games that he'll probably be benched in my fantasy team. Then you got Sheffield United he'll play. Newcastle will be benched. Then you got Villa, Everton, Brentford, Forest and Burnley. So this might be one we look at in advance. 6 million. James Ward-Prowse. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is our wild card complete. Let me know what you think of the team. We're going to confirm the transfers. And the team that we're going to line up this weekend, this is how we're going to line up. We're going to double up on a Chelsea defence and Gustavo and Chilwell with a Estupiñán home to West Ham. We're going to have Matoma and March home to West Ham. Ward-Prowse not going to play. And Wembo, we're going to have Luis Diaz against Ward-Prowse here. Visa, Haaland and Alvarez. Haaland is captain. Vice captain will just go Alvarez. Save the team. Subs wise, we're going to have Ward-Prowse coming as number 1. Trippier number 2 and Trent as number 3. That is the team for this game week, guys. Thank you for watching, guys. Make sure to leave a thumbs up on the video and subscribe down below. It's been your boy T, and I'll see you all in the next video. Peace out.